What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to world-renowned Turbo Tractor for another awesome Disney Cars diecast video. And today we are going to be taking a look at this spectacular 4-pack. I almost keep wanting to say 5-pack because it's the same size as a 5-pack with the packaging, but we don't get a 5th racer in here because we get this sign. But it is an awesome pack. There is a lot to be said for it. Definitely way better than the other Welcome to Radiator Springs pack we got released a while ago that had the Radiator Springs McQueen. It had Sarge and Doc and Ramon. I think this one is way better. Definitely worth picking up. Now, I know that all of these cars in here are pretty much duplicates for most people because they're so common. However, the thing that's awesome about it is the sign here, and we have these cone accessories as well, but having that iconic Radiator Springs sign is incredible. And let me just say, I can definitely imagine people buying this pack even though they already have the racers, just because they want to keep it in the package and display it just like this because it just looks so cool that way. Now, I will say they sent us with Sheriff, McQueen, Wingo, and DJ. Maybe if they would have sent us with a different tuner besides DJ, such as Boost, or even replace McQueen as well, so that we have 3 of the tuners and Sheriff, or who knows, maybe 4 of the tuners. So I do think it's appropriate to include Sheriff in some way or another, how he's kind of sitting there behind the sign waiting for the speeders. I do think that's very cool. So the display is very nice, though the racers are pretty common in here. And it has this awesome background inside here. I mean, look at that. Look how awesome that looks. It would be so cool to keep this just in the package. I'm going to be opening it up for the purpose of this video, but I definitely would not be opposed to keeping it in the package and displaying it with this awesome Radiator Springs background here with the racers posed in here and that awesome sign, because it just looks so cool. And it has a very nostalgic feel to the package, very retro to some of the original Disney Cars releases from way back in the day, and I love how it does that, especially with the speckled red here. That looks really awesome. We have this awesome lip up here that has the Disney Pixar Cars logo, as well as this classic looking Welcome to Radiator Springs sign right there with the clouds in the sky. It just looks so awesome. I mean, I love that. Just the whole display in this thing, this is just really, really awesome. It just looks so cool as it is sitting there on the shelf. And it says includes 5 play pieces right there, referring to the 4 cones and the sign. As all of the Welcome to Radiator Springs releases have play pieces of some kind. The pack is called Speeding Through Radiator Springs. There it is in multiple languages. Again, with that red, there's the barcode. Supposedly you should be 3+ if you're going to be playing with it. And it's got the little Mattel logo right there. Just want to go over the whole packaging because it looks so awesome. And we have like this painted mountain-esque design here, canyon-esque I should say, for Radiator Springs. On the side we've got the cactus right here, Disney Pixar Cars once again. Now it's the same way on the other side as well, where we see the Disney Pixar Cars and the cactuses with the side of the canyon, so that's very cool. The back also looks really cool. I didn't really look at the back much until now, but you can see the racers here. Of course, these are the China versions, so they look much different than the Vietnam versions that you actually get in the pack. And again, we see advertised the 5 play pieces, including these 4 rather bland stop cones, but still useful probably, as well as this awesome Welcome to Radiator Springs sign that is perfect for displaying. Again, we have this Welcome to Radiator Springs logo. Disney Pixar Cars, got to have that as many times as you can, of course. And then we've got the little RSN down there, as well as the awesome blue sky with the clouds up here. So it looks very awesome, very nostalgic. So just wanted to really mainly go over how they look in the package before opening it up, because it just looks so darn cool. So yeah, that being said, let's pop this thing out of the package. Definitely want to be careful not to damage it too much, because I definitely want to hold on to this package at least for a little while. Might even use the background inside of it for thumbnails, who knows. But I can already tell this is going to be a bit of a struggle. Yeah, oh my goodness. The glue is on there good, so it's gonna really be peeling up pretty bad there. Alright, that's not going to work. As you can see, that's peeling up not very nicely. So instead of just embarrassing myself trying to do that, I've got a pocket knife here. Will that help or not? Alright kids, be careful if you are using a pocket knife to open things, not to cut yourself. Adult supervision should probably say all that just in case. Alright. That's more like it. Okay, now we can just slide this thing out. And look at this. Look how it just beautifully slides out of this package on this display. It's like it's meant to be kept this way because it looks so nice. It's got the landscape painted in the background, obviously printed. Looks like paint though. It looks really nice all along the sides here, on the back, even on the ground. You can see some of the asphalt right there. Looks so cool. So definitely going to be holding on to this. Might use it for some thumbnails or something. Very useful. So I know it'll be pretty easy, I think, to pop the rubber bands for the cars. If you are cutting, be sure to cut away from yourself for safety and all that. But I think the real struggle is going to be trying to get those cones out because they've got that little plastic thing holding them in, and that's never easy to deal with. Alright, so I'm back with all these set up here on the stairs, nice and out of the package. My little display here did not hold up too great. Mostly the bottom got kind of damaged, but the top part is still okay. So you can like put stuff in front of the pictures there. But yeah, there's actually a lot of holes there. I should have known there would be. But anyway, I'm not too disappointed because what I get here is really nice. Now it always perplexes me why it's like the most insignificant things like the cones that they really package down in there with those little plastic domes that hold them down, but the cars just have the rubber bands. I think the cars are more valuable, so if they're gonna do that, I'd do it for the cars. But anyway, I'm not a fan of super tight packaging anyway. So yeah, here they are, and you can see you get a lot of awesome stuff here. Here is Wingo the Tuner. He's one of my personal favorites, besides perhaps Snaharad, but his decals actually turned out pretty nice. They're a little bit grainy, but Vietnam is getting better with this pack, I think. I saw some packs in the store that were a little bit worse, so I picked this one up, but he's got the awesome purple design there. It looks like there's actually a few shades of purple that are going on here, if you can see that, so that's really cool. I don't know if that's been done before recently, but if it's new, that's really awesome. And then of course he's got his big ladder spoiler back there, nice hard plastic. And then our next tuner that we get is DJ here, who looks really cool. His blue is definitely a little bit lighter than some of his earlier releases. Yeah, oh, got a little bit of plastic there. I want to pull that out. Anyway, he's got this awesome expression right here. Pretty accurate to the movie. He looks mischievous, that's for sure. And then he's got this kind of Z looking designs here with the different shades of green. Of course, the newer version is more accurate because it carries him up on the spoiler, so that's awesome. And he's got these giant rims right there, which are silver. Got some dark blue down here, and all the awesome detailing going on in the back with his little stereo system right there. As you can see, not going to try and name all the technical features here because I would not get very far. He does have these cool little exhaust pipes right there. Definitely very customized looking, so definitely a very interesting, colorful character. Like I said earlier, it would have been nice if they might have included Boost instead of DJ, or even instead of McQueen or something. But of course, Mattel is probably going to make it as hard as they can so that they can profit more, because that's what profiting is about. So not too surprised. Again, overall, the selection is not too bad. Then we have our friend Lightning McQueen right here. Just the regular Lightning McQueen. So again, very common, even more so than DJ. But so I'm not going to really go over him too much. He looks very good. I should say the Vietnam decals here are not that great for the eyes, though they could be worse. I've seen some that are worse. This one is fairly decent. The rest of the decals are spot on as far as I can see. So he's very nice. Now the Thailand release has gotten some little black paint inside of the mouth there, which they did not continue here, so that a little bit behind on that, but otherwise they did get the rusty spoiler, thank goodness. So that's about it for McQueen. Then our last diecast here is Sheriff, which I think is very appropriate to have come in this pack if there's going to be the sign, because he's always waiting near the sign, you know. And his eyes, again, they're a little bit grainy, not too bad. The rest of the decals look really nice. I mean, if you don't have Sheriff, this pack is a good way to get him for sure. Now, I want to say you want to be careful about the rubber bands when you're cutting them. Don't be tugging them or anything, because this is what happened to mine, unfortunately. It kind of scuffed up the paint a little bit. So if you want your diecast to look in pristine condition, be very, very careful about that. I'm just going to say. Anyway, he's got the nice little siren up there, got his mustache / grill, classic smile. Just looks like Sheriff, so not a whole lot to be said. So he's very good. I'm glad he came with his pack. And then next we have our 5 little accessories, or so they call it, 5 play pieces. So the most boring ones are the stop cones here, but they are kind of useful, and I'm glad to have some because I don't have any right now. But they don't even have like a white stripe or anything like some stop cones, though some are made like this, I'm aware. But they actually are very rubbery. They're not a hard plastic like I expected, so they're realistic to a real stop cone. So I think that's really cool that they made them like that. But otherwise, look, it's literally just a tiny stop cone. And it's got these little things on the bottom that help kind of anchor it down, like real stop cones do have, in fact. But otherwise, you just have 3 other of these. Nothing really special about them. You can kind of set them up for some kind of Radiator Springs display. I'm not going to really try and do anything with it, but just use your creativity, of course. I mean, they're stop cones. That's all that can be said about them, really. But what's really cool, and I know a lot of people actually picked up this pack just for the sign, and I can see why, because it's really nice to have this sign. And I'm holding it in my hand outside the package for the first time. Of course, it says, "Welcome to Radiator Springs," the name of the town, "Gateway to Ornament Valley." So that looks very good. This is a paper sticker that they applied there, and it's got some kind of blue wood on the background here. So that looks pretty good. And it's on this kind of tan colored sign billboard piece. On the back here, we get some texturing. You can see this, that looks like actual wood. Now, it would have been nice if there was like actually some more detailing of some kind. I don't know how it actually looked in the movie. Maybe there was nothing here, but the texturing is nice, though it feels a bit empty. It looks like there should have been some more stuff there, but the main thing is on the front here. Also on this sign, we've got some small little details here, 5 of them to be exact. I never noticed watching the movie, but I'm sure they're accurate. I'll pay closer attention when I watch it. But anyways, we've got some kind of blue ribbon right here. This one says Knights of Combustion, so that's interesting. Some sort of society. This is a sort of Radiator Springs little illuminated sticker right here. This says Loyal Order of the Lugnuts with an L logo. It says Association of Cogs in the Machine. So these seem like some sort of secret society of some kind. I'd be interesting to learn more about them. Not really sure what those are for, but you guys can let me know what you might speculate those are. But overall, just a really, really cool sign accessory that you can kind of stand up. Now, it's actually a little bit small, as you can see, smaller than it would have been in the movie, but it is not bad at all for just having a little accessory, because we've never had anything like this before. So very cool. So that is it today for this unboxing / review of the new Welcome to Radiator Springs series, speeding through Radiator Springs 4-pack with this awesome sign accessory. Do I think it's worth $20? I definitely do for the display. However, for a lot of people, these 4 cars that come with it are just going to be duplicates, and so the main thing would just be for a display. So that's really the only value in it. It's just for looking nice, having this sign and stop cone accessories if you want it. But I do think it's very cool and nostalgic, so I'm glad they released it. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.